Let's go.
Hello, welcome to this week's Alienate UK. Loads to talk about, but we can't talk about it, but you will find out.
We're going to tell them without telling them?
We're not even going to tell them, but so we are now also, I'm going out on TikTok. This will be my first TikTok live. So thank you to anyone who's watching. That is now running. Hopefully we'll get people from there to come onto YouTube. But just before I introduce Abbie, I'm just going to do one thing. Are you ready?
I haven't said anything yet.
You must have known that was coming. Oh, so thank you, Abbie, for coming on. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
So,
very excited to finally talk to you.
Yeah, that was a personal joke. Can't tell you. You'll find out very soon. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah,
Anyway.
It's all good. It's all good. So, Abbie, you are a podcaster. Goes out on the radio. You are also a paranormal investigator. And amongst loads of other stuff that you do as well. Yeah, you've done work for the BBC.
I have, yeah. I worked for Radio Devon for a few years, yeah.
That was it. And you are the chair for, and I can't remember the name of the place.
Haunted Devon.
That's it. So you're the chairperson of Haunted Devon as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So I've been investigating for over 20 years now. I've been the chair of Haunted Devon for about 12 years. And I've been broadcasting on the paranormal for about 12 years as well on Soundart Radio through Lifting the Veil. So, yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, it's good fun. I mean, you never actually run out of things to talk about when covering high strangeness. So I think
Exactly.
we can all keep going forever, basically.
Yes,
Pretty much.
yes. Because
when you covered a topic, like it changes and there's new information,
Exactly.
new things, and new theories.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always evolving and always changing, and it always leaves you with more questions and answers, which keeps driving you forward, which is great. You know, it keeps us fascinated, which is what we want, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like a mystery that you never solve.
Which is great because it keeps driving us forward.
But is it? Because the question, if you know everything about the paranormal, it's not a mystery anymore, is it?
You'd be dead.
Remember the conversation.
What conversation, Andy?
The conversation.
There's been no conversations.
Yeah. Anyway,
Where's the goal?
you'll all find out in good time. So
yes.
Yeah,
we clearly have missing time because I don't know about it.
But also, we had a conversation today about talking about different topics. Making up words now. Different topics, and how we can keep it going and see. To say I chose something, Nicole chose something else, and talk the different things and see if there's a connection between the two.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes. And they can be as far out as you want, and I bet you somewhere along the line there is a connection, whether it's just the tiniest thing or completely direct.
Well, you find with as I say, anything within the paranormal, whether it's UFO, paranormal stuff like that, it's there is always a connection there, isn't there? Because there is that multi-dimensional facet to it. So, as you say, with a lot of paranormal stuff, there seems to be a lot of UFO connection. With a lot of cryptid stuff, there seems to be a lot of supernatural and UFO stuff going on. So there is a crossover. I think it is part of all the same phenomena. It's just that we don't have the grasp and maybe the language and the understanding yet to see how it all connects. This is where we're trying to fill in the blanks. And that mystery, that's what drives us. It's like, okay, wow, this is connected to this, but how is it connected?
It kind of reminds me of when two species look completely different, but they're more closely related than species that look alike.
Yes.
Well,
definitely.
is it an elephant
Unless
an elephant and a guinea pig are cousins or something.
Something like that, or like an elephant.
Yeah.
It's like a wolf and a dolphin, or a wolf and a killer whale, isn't it? That they're related. It's like, hey, how does that work?
Yeah, these
hippos and dolphins.
I don't know. Hippos and dolphins.
Hippos and dolphins. Oh.
And an aardvark and an elephant.
Oh.
And how are alligators and crocodiles not related?
You'd think, wouldn't you? Yeah. How about Bigfoot and Dogman?
Yes.
But that's the thing. If they're related, we just don't know the link because we don't know how that all works.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to check for DNA.
Yeah.
No. And if you do get eDNA, it's that blinking expensive that you can't check it anyway.
And you'll never get DNA back.
It will go with something.
Yes. Yeah. But I'd be like, oh, it was an ape. I'm like, that's funny because I found it in the middle of like the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless one's everywhere. In the zoo, you know, how did that work?
I know, but it's just
unless there's some Asbo missing link wandering around with a hoodie on, like, you know.
It's not me, by the way. God, just like, before anyone comments,
like the AI Bigfoot videos.
Yeah, where they talk.
Yeah,
I love those.
And they're all like, you know, bros with their hoodies and their hats.
Yeah.
I like the cooking ones. I kept sending them to DJ because obviously he is a chef by career, and he did all the cooking and that for the guys on set for Alaskan Killer Bigfoot. So when I came across those, I was just sending them to DJ because I just thought, oh no, he's going to love those.
Yeah. So I know you said the other day, I'm just remembering what we was talking about. You said you wanted to talk about a CE5 thing that you did.
Yes, I did. You went and did an experiment with Viv, didn't you? Vivian Powell from the Simply Spooky Network. And CE5 experiments, I think they're absolutely amazing. I only just made the connection with CE5 a couple of months ago when I was interviewing John Hanson, retired CID officer who's got the largest archive, like, you know, independent archive, and the books he's written are amazing. And we've had a lot of experiences since 2012. And if you sit and you meditate and you get in the right frequency, you can get these balls of light to appear in the sky. And I've always wondered, it's like, why is that? Why is that? I mean, you know, there's nothing special about me. Anyone can do this. And the fact that now people are going into and doing these, you know, Close Encounter 5 experiments, I think is absolutely amazing because it is bringing that connection to interdimensional UFOs, whatever these things are. And it's raising that awareness. So what happened with your experiment? I'm really eager to. So
do you want to? So we went to Hadley Castle, just near Southend in Essex.
Yeah.
And we did the Estes experiment. So it was me, this woman called Lisa, and then David Young and his wife Jill. They did it next.
Yeah.
So they got their blindfolds and the headphones on, and just listening to the static and going for all the radio things. And then you. Just any words that you hear, you just shout them out. Because me and Nicole did one a bit ago, and that was like absolutely spot on. So they're asking, the people outside are asking questions. So you don't know what anyone's saying. You're just repeating what's being said on the voices. And one voice that both me and Lisa got was Skinwalker. Why would anyone be saying that on a radio station for a start? Because at one point, we picked up a full conversation. It was like listening to the Archers or something. It was well weird. So she retuned it into another bit, and it was fine then. So he said, Vivian said about the manifestation. So I said, we'll try a bit of CE5. So there's a tree, and it's overlooking the Thames estuary. And it was a flight path for planes coming into Southend Airport. So I stepped out, because where I was sat, I couldn't see it. Because the tunnel is like a big round. You know, everyone knows not a tunnel, a tower. The tower was like a tunnel put on its end, anyway.
Yeah, don't see the tunnel light when you're out doing stuff like that. That's not a good thing.
So I couldn't see where this tree was, so I stepped out so I could see the tree, and we're all staring. And Vivian said, like we're trying to get over the tree. we seen planes coming into land. Some of them were quite low, and you could tell it was a plane. They had the aviation lights on and all that. And then this white light just come out, and it was like, no, we didn't see it come in. We seen some others, and we could see him banking and tilting and turning and then dropping down with the aviation lights on, and you'd see all that. But this was just a bright light, and it just got, I don't know if it got brighter or bigger or both, but it didn't get any closer, didn't move away. So I'm like, I'll get a couple of photos of it. So I'm just looking now, I took 3 photos, and I took 4. So I took the 3 and then shown people. I took 1, showed people, and I took the other 2. And as I was moving my phone away, I got another one. Yeah. And I didn't realise I'd got it till afterwards. And I'm like, right, I'm going to zoom in now and get a proper photo. And whatever was in the sky must have thought, no, you're not. And it just went, bye. But then it did like a little, and then was gone. Yeah. So these are the zoomed in images of what I took in order, and I've cleaned them up. So it's just took all the blur away from it. Digital noise. This is the first one.
Oh, wow. That is bright.
And then the next one.
Yeah. Wow.
That one. And this is the one just before the light went out.
Oh God, yeah, you can actually see the shape and the form of it.
Right.
Almost
now if you
look, isn't it?
Right, if you look at that, then I'll show you the one that I seen over Cambridge in March of this year.
Yeah. Is that the one you showed me? Yes. Yeah.
That one. So you compare that, just tilt it at a different angle.
Yeah.
You rotate it round from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
It would be the same thing. But you can see there's no aviation lights on it. You have the red, the green, and the white. There's no flashing. You couldn't see any windows. There's no lights coming from inside. The light.
Is there any noise?
Nope. And I'll tell you how. There's no noise. I know it sounds stupid, but the light was being emitted from whatever it was. It wasn't like a bulb that was switched on or anything like that. It was the actual object. It was little. So below, there's a train that runs along the Thames estuary, and every time the train went past, you could hear it. So every time there's some sort of traffic, even with the planes, you could hear the planes going over. We could see satellites going over.
Yeah.
Everything. There was no noise from it, and it was as near, if not nearer, the planes that were coming into land that were quite low. And with them, even though it was that, you could see the writing on the side of the plane, you could see the lights on it, everything, the wings, tail, wheels, a lot. And it just,
wow.
It just went,
you do that?
But I normally don't bother taking photos. I'm too intrigued as to what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And I got the photos, and I just got that out. I thought, right, I'm going to zoom right in and take the picture. And as I did that, I just went, bye.
Yeah.
It was gone.
It was gone. You got what you needed.
Having a laugh.
Could I ask, what made you look up to that part of the sky? Did you get a feeling or an intuition or a sense, and that kind of like made you go,
no.
Sort of thing?
So we tried the CE5, the manifestation. Yeah. So I was saying, like, if we're going to try and manifest, we need to do it with intent. We all need to be thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Or what to make it more viable. Is it viable, the right word?
It's the intention you're putting out.
Yeah. So if you all concentrate on the same thing, and we did that for about 5 minutes, and we're waiting, and we're like, nah, nothing's happening. So we just forgot about it. We started chatting, and so then it was Vivian that said, "Oh, look at that light above the tree," and that was when I clicked. It was like, that's where we tried the manifestation.
Yes.
So
it doesn't always show up straight away. There is a bit of a lag.
Yeah. Well, because I've done it before, and when I've done it in the past, it's only been little things. It started to happen straight away.
Yeah.
Whether it was just me or just a couple of us. And this, you kind of forget about it. And then it was there. So we was at I was asking in the chat. So this was at Hadley Castle, between Basildon and Southend. They're literally probably bang in the middle of them two places. And there's other people about. There's people asking what we was doing. There's another investigation team there. A guy called Paranormal TT from Manchester. Bit of a trek to go though, down Southend. So he didn't know what we was doing, and we didn't know what he was doing. So we had a chat, and then it was all sorted out. So we kind of like swapped areas.
Yeah.
But it's just that one light. There's no other lights that did that. So it wouldn't have been anything else. If it was a helicopter, we would have heard it. Someone said, was it a drone? I'm like, no, because if you fly, I'm not saying it wasn't a drone, but if you fly a drone at night, by law, you have to have the lights on it. You have a green and a red one, same as a plane. I know, because I've got my operator's license for drone, and that's part of it. You can fly them without the lights on, but if you get caught, I don't think it's going to be worth the hassle. But I couldn't see, there wasn't anyone about to be flying one, and they didn't land it. So when the light went out on it, you couldn't see anything. There's no cloud cover, there's no, so where the tree was, obviously just like a silhouette of a tree, and then it's about, looking at the tree, you did like 2 foot above the tree.
So it's quite low down then? Yeah.
Well, not as you're looking out, it's about 2 foot. Yeah. So it's probably off the ground. The ground, look, because we was quite high up. So if it was from the ground that we were stood on, I'd say no more than 100 foot. From the ground where it was, like on the estuary, probably about 150, 200 foot, thereabout.
So it is an Earth's atmosphere. So about satellites, ISS, and all the rest of the usual traffic you get out there.
Yeah, I don't think it could have been that, because you would have seen it moving.
Yeah.
Because even though them photos, it's really dark, obviously, when you stood in the dark, your eyes get used to it and you can see. Yeah. There was a lot of backlight, reflection. It was a full moon because it was when it was a blood moon and what have you. So, so that was there, and the moon's like that. So the moon's lighting everything up, and then you've got the reflection from the water as well.
Yeah.
So you got everything going on. You didn't need torches, only to look at where you were standing. And we didn't do them until we was walking back up to where we parked the cars, because it was the ground was very uneven. It was more, we don't want to fall over and break somewhere.
No, you don't want to be adding to the hauntings, really, do you, when you're in a situation like that?
I don't want people coming talking to me because I'm now the new spirit. So, but it was just that one. And we stayed probably for about another hour or so.
Yeah.
Nothing else in that point. Just a normal flight path of the planes and see the satellites going over. And it was just that.
It's amazing, though. I'm loving the fact that people are doing CE5 experiments and like, CEX stuff. So you're having that interaction. Yeah. And I'm loving that people are getting into that now. And as I said, I didn't know the name for it. We wonder where you go.
So I've got a book on CE5. Yeah. This is going to sound so stupid, and everyone's going to go, what a knob. CE5 actually means close encounters.
The fifth kind.
I found out about less than 12 months ago, put it that way. So,
a couple of months ago with me after talking to John Hanson.
I never thought I needed to know. I'm like, I know what CE5 is. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
I don't need to know what it stands for.
Yeah.
Now I do, and I feel a bit of a knob. So.
But I mean, until you know, you don't know, and then it's like, oh,
you make
that. It all makes sense.
Yeah, exactly, you make that connection. I mean, I didn't know the phenomenon I was experiencing had a name. I know I'd seen people on telly, like it was on Beyond Skinwalker Ranch on one of their episodes.
Yes.
And this guy was doing it, and he was explaining what happened and all the rest of it. And I was just sitting there watching it, going, yeah, that's what I get. And I'm like, I'm good. Somebody else experiences it. Yeah. I don't feel crazy.
This is the other weird thing. So I thought CE5 was just for ET and UFOs. Yeah? Which kind of makes sense. But you can do it for anything. It's just manifestation. It doesn't matter what you're trying to manifest. You are still doing...
CE5?
For me, yeah. a CE4 if you want. I don't know. Change numbers, C5.1. But you were still trying to manifest something with intent to create a golem or whatever, or an actual physical form.
Tulpa.
Of what it is that you want.
Yeah, tulpas are interesting. It's like the Phillips experiment.
I think about that a lot when we're investigating. Like, are we all sitting around in a circle, like projecting what we want to happen?
Yeah.
Are we creating it through some sort of PK? So it's our energy actually manifesting the activity rather than calling it an entity. That is a very good point. Are we creating the paranormal around us?
Because, I mean, you know, if you go out and investigate, you know how, like, intently you're sitting there staring at that REM pod or staring at that, like, recorder, like, kind of willing something to happen.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think that is... I'm not against the tech that people use to... when they go out investigating. It's not my thing. I'd rather go out with dowsing rods, a laser pointer, a torch... just be as basic as you can. Only because I can't be arsed with all the batteries, setting it up, the noise of a REM pod when you go within 30 millimeters of it.
I love it.
Give me a Taos cam and a torch, even though I forget my torch half the time, but give me a Taos cam and a torch and I'm happy, you know. EVP work, it's finding out afterwards what you've got.
Have you tried the live EVPs?
Live EVPs, I find, are a bit hit and miss. You don't always get it. It's when you're talking amongst yourselves, or you're setting up, or you're just investigating. That's when you get the most interaction when it comes to EVP work. And I mean, when it comes to EVP, the best audio equipment you can get, the better. Don't do the DX40 Panasonic.
The DR60?
Rubbish. That's the one. Yes.
You don't like the DR60? Oh my God, when we go out, we have like 7 of them.
Yeah, it got discontinued because it just picks up on every bit of noise so it can be interpreted. So, I mean, if you're going to use that, pop it down on something.
Well, it's funny because we've gotten some really good EVPs with people using them, but they're like normal EVPs, like a whisper, kind of thing, not the... Yeah. I'm like, what is that? If you can't tell what it is, then it's not an EVP.
Precisely. You gonging me?
No, he's gonging me.
Not you.
He's gonging me.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. No. I love it.
Andy's just mad because he doesn't have a DR60.
Oh no, we use the Soundart in Haunted Devon, so we use that and we leave them recording basically, and obviously start them between sessions, and then leave them like locked off and that. But we leave them recording constantly. 1, to get the evidence, and 2, it helps write the report as well, because yes, you're taking notes, yes, you're noting down temperature changes, environmentals, EMF, is there something spiking it off, have you got something, copper pipes in the floor that are causing an EMF spike. But we leave ours running constantly, basically to write the reports and what people are picking up, feeling, and it's just a good audio witness for Sally, basically, to bless her heart when she comes to listening back to the audio and writing the reports. So yeah, bless her. She works hard. She works hard as our Sally. Ooh,
I just had a brainwave. So you know we was chatting about ChatGPT before.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm like for leaving voice notes for everyone and everything.
I got a 6-minute plus 1 today for the record.
I've got a few to listen back to actually on the other chat, I must admit.
Don't
give me the cliff notes.
Nonsense. Why don't we ChatGPT just press the microphone, leave it, and see what that picks up, because it picks it up in real time. So that would be a live EVP. Is that a vape?
This is an AI voice recorder.
Oh wow.
So it's transcribing with AI as it's listening.
Oh, wow.
Can you send me the link to that?
Yes.
ChatGPT is glitchy as hell at the minute. I was trying to do some work with mine earlier, and I was saying one thing, and it's like, oh, that sounds like you're doing a good sign up for a video, Abbie. And I'm like, no, I didn't say that. So it's glitching as well, or it does it in Chinese or Welsh. And I'm like, I don't know Chinese or Welsh.
I was just about to say, it kept putting everything in Welsh. And I'm like, I do not speak Welsh. I don't understand the language. I know nothing about it. My only language, and this is just about feasible, is English. Yes, I'll remember that for future. 2 more things into it. Settings. I had to go into settings.
I gave up in the end.
It was on automatic. I didn't realise you could actually change it to your preferred or only knowing language. But it did it. I've just had a thing pop up on TikTok because I drank that, and it's picked up what it says on the side. It says, consuming substances featured in this live could harm your health, and a little warning triangle.
Oh, you see, you got to watch the Chinese. They're always monitoring. Mm-hmm. I'm on the non-product placement mineral water.
Thing is, I won't mind. It's on the lemonade. It's just so I don't. If I knock it over, it's not going to go everywhere. It's like child sippy cup.
So what is your...
The cool thing about this, though, like, if you leave it running all night, is if it doesn't pick anything up, it won't say anything. But if it picks something up, at least you can, like, tag it and go back and look at it. So you'll know if you didn't catch anything. That's what I think it's good for. Not really the transcribing, because like you said, it's glitchy as hell.
She is glitchy. I don't know if it's because they're updating it at the minute but for the past couple of weeks, as I said, I've just given up with mine because I'm dyslexic, so, ChatGPT is brilliant for me when it comes to producing and stuff like that, because I can put in my scripts, I can put in all the rest of it, and it kind of like, puts it into English instead of Abbie language. I mean, my committee and all the rest of it know me, the way I type and all the rest of it. It is...
it can also put it into how you talk as well.
It does, yeah.
I think that is amazing. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Then it'll come up underneath it, like say at the bottom, would you like it more professional? Obviously.
Would you like to take the F-bombs out of this?
Especially if you're walking along and you stubbed your toe mid-thought, and she's like, okay, we're going to keep you on that train of thought. So what is your guys' preferred paranormal subject? What gave you guys the passion for doing this?
Go on, Nicole.
Ghosts. I'm the ghost girl.
See, me, it was ghost spirits or weird banging about, footsteps, stuff moving, hearing noises. But then around the same time, I was having UFO encounters and missing time and them little... I'll show you what it was at 13. So the owner said I was 4 years old and he had that my very first encounter. This is what it was. It was on the wall. It weren't this, because obviously this is a photograph. It was one of these, about 4 inches tall.
Wow.
Just rotating. So I don't know what it was. That's what it looked like. And so I've always been into like horror, vampires, zombies, all that, like Frankenstein, because technically Frankenstein as well is also a cryptid.
He is.
This is made of all different parts of other people. So
he's the original amalgamation.
Yeah, so he should not live. But he does, because he got
a little bit of electricity. He shouldn't be.
And it's all good to go.
Where did Mary Shelley get that idea from?
Well, this is the thing.
If you know what he is, like, what is the
we don't know what
cryptid? He's known.
Yeah, but it's unknown DNA. So if you used to take a DNA sample from Frankenstein, if you took a skin sample and a blood sample,
have all those dead people's
and a tissue,
DNA.
Yeah. So is he?
He's
what is it? What do they call it? Like in Split, with and he's like all like the 17 different personalities or whatever it is. Is he all of that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Why don't you make one and we'll find out?
Yeah,
go on then. Give me something to do next week.
You can probably
how do you make a Frankenstein?
Yeah. But just going back to your question quickly. So obviously, when I started the channel on that, it was easier and I'm going to use the phrase more entertaining to do ghost investigations, like cemeteries, old buildings and that, rather than just sitting, staring at the sky, hoping to see something fly over and capture it on film. Because I can't think of anything more boring, to be honest with you. Because it is, but I don't care anyway, it is boring. And I do it all the time when I'm out and about. I'm always looking up at the sky to see what's going on, regardless. So it's more, I think there's more chance of picking something up. It's more entertaining, there's more detail, there's more going on for anyone who's watching it. And that's, nickname just put Patricia out of Split. It wasn't me, it was Patricia. Something like that. I can't remember. But I'm not doing that accent again, don't ask. But it was just like, it was that, to rather than having like dead air just pointing up at the stars. So that's why I kind of got into the ghost hunting paranormal side to it. But it's always really been UFOs, aliens, because it's always fascinated me. Cryptids.
We've had that early experience. With me, it was again, like Nicole. It was I'm the ghost girl. So yeah, it was the hauntings, and the UFOs kind of came in afterwards. I had experiences from an early age. The house I grew up in was haunted by a Victorian woman. We used to get poltergeist activity and like, you know, things moving around, apports. And I used to call her Letzi because I couldn't see her, but I could hear her. And my mom used to have to come into my room because I'd be like crying, saying they won't let me sleep. And she had to come in and tell them to, like, you know, please, can you leave her alone to sleep, sort of thing. So a lot of stuff happened like that. And then it was just researching through my childhood and teenage years, having experiences. When the internet came about, I was like a kid in a candy shop because it's all paranormal. I love it. It's just like so much research. And then I started investigating.
The thing is, though, I won't. Yeah, but would you turn away from a paranormal investigation because of what it is?
No.
Nicole, would you?
Nope.
So say you had to go and, like, there's been a mermaid sighting in whatever river. Would you go and investigate it if it was just you that was given that opportunity?
Yes, I would investigate a dumpster if it had like paranormal activity. I don't care.
Raccoons are alien. You do know this. That's why I've never seen one.
They?
Oh, I thought they were bandits.
No, but it's like, it's just.
How many badgers?
There's some things that people. Me, five.
Oh, my friend had badger cam during COVID, so yeah, that kept us all entertained watching badgers in his back garden.
Wicked. See, I'm missing out. I'm definitely missing out on all this fun.
I made a little short horror film for Haunted Devon. Well, we all did it. Obviously, lockdown, people morale was low, so one of the guys, it was Christina and her sister Candice, and she did like a short, like, little horror film, like a couple of minutes long, and she posted it, and I thought, that's such a good idea. We should get the members to, like, you know, while we're all like stuck, locked down, doing nothing, we should all, like, you know, get a bit creative and do these like short little horrors and like have a watch party. Back in the day when watch parties were a thing on Facebook. And obviously, because I live alone, I did one with my friend's badger cam, and it was like the theme was centered around cryptids, but it wasn't. So it was a little bit of a red herring. So I was using the badgers in the garden as my little decoy for what was really going on. So.
That's fun. Lockdown was a wild time, man. People picked up some weird projects. People got really creative.
I did all this. I did Halloween. Sat in the house. I couldn't have been more miserable, honestly, if I'd tried. And I'm sat there. The living room's at the back of the house. Yeah. So the door into the back garden is like in the middle between the living room and dining room. I'm just sat there looking outside like, I could chance it, but on my luck, I'd get arrested. Not, because you're going around knocking on doors asking for stuff, or you'll trick them. I don't know what I was going to trick them with. But obviously, I wouldn't go on my own and take the kids.
A mask and some alcohol gel.
Yeah, never thought of that. But it's just like, I need to do something because we don't know how long this is going to pan out for. So it's like, right, so did the Facebook page, website, YouTube channel, got Instagram and all that. Obviously, it's all been reset since then, now that I'm learning on what to do and how to do it properly. But that was what started it. It's lockdown.
Well, that's it. A lot of people, and a lot of stuff has come, and the podcast world and the paranormal world and all of this has come on so much since lockdown. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, we were doing the Veil Bunker, so me and Martin were doing kind of like Zoom radio, and I was recording it. I had him on a wireless speaker next to me whilst recording, so the sound was trying to do it for the radio.
Yeah.
Before all the days of all this StreamYard and all these things came about through lockdown and through all these podcasts coming about, technology's kind of like exponentially grown around it, which is fantastic, which gives so many more people a voice and so many more people a platform to be able to express what they want to, whether it be the paranormal world, whether it be true crime, whether it be anything, lifestyle or whatever. So I think, there are some positives that came out of that isolation time and so much creativity came out of it. So I think in that respect, it has done things like this good. It's springboarded the technology where it'd probably taken another 5-10 years for it to get to this point. Mm-hmm. So,
Everybody has a podcast now.
I know. I'm the only one who doesn't have one. I'm still on radio. I need to catch up.
See, I was thinking of going to radio, to do internet radio.
Live radio is fun.
Oh, bye-bye.
Oh, no. Where's she gone?
No.
You booted me. I was just kidding.
Yeah, all right.
You left that one open.
Oh, I know. No, I was thinking of doing radio and just getting the time slot the same, like just after this. So it gives me time to download it, then re-upload it onto radio, just to see if it does get any more views or hits or whatever it is, and then go from there. Because we know a couple of people like yourself and Jen from NL Noseworthy she does it on radio. I'm doing a podcast in a couple of weeks, and it goes out to 10 million people across the US.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember who that for. Sorry, whoever you are.
I guess it's not that.
It is for a lady called Tracy Lynn.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm going to be going on there.
Cool.
That's all I know.
It'll be fine. It'll be the same as talking as you are now. It's like on the radio.
I've done a couple on radio before, and we did it via Skype.
Yes.
So it comes up, and you're listening to the adverts and all that, so you're not doing a lot of talking. And then I did one for D-Side FM with Steve. Can't remember his surname. He was on my old Facebook, but I don't think he's on it anymore.
Not Steve Right in the Afternoon.
No, not that good. Sorry, other Steve. I can't remember his name. It was good because it was good to do it and like go on the radio and what have you. But that was it really. So just sit and talk, don't you?
So what do you guys want to know? Do you want some stories or experiences, theories?
Yes.
So your most memorable experience, like the thing that you still can't believe happened. You have one?
I need the pizza wheel again.
Shh, top secret. She's giving it away.
That's
all right.
Just gong me. Okay, so we could. We decided to ask Abbie about Wiltshire. Now I've done Wiltshire. I've done Wiltshire to death recently. Wiltshire, I had an amazing experience with my my retired co-host Martin Hicks from the Plymouth UFO Research Group. I do miss broadcasting with Martin. I'm hoping to get him back on some things, but he's very much tied up with the family and everything like that. But I miss that camaraderie we had. We went to Wiltshire in 2012 when we first started the show, and I'd never done anything like with crop circles or UFOs in the past. I'd had a couple of experiences, and I had an experience with my parents when I was about 9 or 10, and we saw something at the side of the road, and yeah, that was a bit weird. But yeah, my first crop circle experience, we went to Wiltshire, and we were staying above Eastfield. So as the listeners know, Eastfield is synonymous for a lot of crop circles over the years. Colin Andrews filmed some balls of light over there, and all sorts of weird high strangeness going on. And I was sat in this crop circle that was just outside Avebury Stone Circle, and it was known as the timepiece. And as I said, I didn't know anything about CE5 or anything like that back then. And Martin was taking photos with a photography pole and a stepladder, because drones were in their infancy back then and hugely expensive and didn't have gyroscopes on most of them. My first drone was like a scene from Batteries Not Included. It was just pinging off everywhere. I just couldn't fly it. wasn't good. So I'm sat in this crop circle, way again, away from Martin. I've plonked myself into a little circle, and I start to meditate, and I start to put healing back, and I open myself up, and I have the intention of, okay, this is completely new to me. Whatever you guys, need to show me, whatever I need to learn, I'm open to the experience. I come with gratitude. I'm not expecting anything, but whatever it is, like, you feel I need to see, then I'm open to it. With that, I hear a on the corn, and I'm thinking it's Martin, coming up looking for me. I whip round, there's no one there. I stand up, I shout Martin. He's on the other side of this crop circle, about 40-50 yards away from me. I start walking, and Martin shouts he's seen a ball of light by me. Obviously I haven't seen it because it's behind me, so he's seen this ball of light around me, and I'm like, okay, it's a bit weird. Anyway, we're lying on the ground on a blanket, looking up at the stars, looking for UFOs, pontificating about the universe and all the rest of it. And this the atmosphere changes, and it just feels quite, okay, we shouldn't be here. This feels a bit unwelcoming. And we both look up, and there's this, what I only can describe as this 7-foot hooded solid figure standing just outside the boundaries of the crop circle, and it's facing me and Martin. I've turned around to him and like, hey, do you see that? I'm not seeing things. You see that, don't you? And he said kind of like, yeah, okay, it's time to go now. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And he's like, no, it's time for us to go. And I'm like, okay then. So we pack up the blanket, we pack up the stuff, and we head back over the stone circle and go back into the Red Lion. Martin goes and fills up the flask and asks, behind the bar, because, we're hardened investigators. We're filling the flask full of hot water. We need cups of tea. If we're going to do an all-night investigation, we need cups of tea. And I'm asking, the people behind the bar, is there any, ghostly monks or anything like that? Because, that's what I equate it to. I come from the ghost world. 7-foot hooded figures is out of my realm of what the actual F is going on here. And they're a bit cagey, and I'm like, okay, fine. And all these police cars go past, and we haven't seen any police cars or anything like that. And to give it some context, it was the time the Olympics were going on. It was a full moon, and we'd seen a lot of rituals going on around the area. A lot of corn dollies with red string around them and stuff like that. And these rituals were being performed by, I wouldn't say your local groups. I'd say they were slightly higher up, if you know what I mean. So slightly higher up in the occult regions, shall we say.
Were they free by any chance?
They might have been free, yes. They might have been slightly illuminated as well. Who knows?
Yes.
Who can tell?
I did think both.
Were they maybe a little scaly?
I couldn't tell. They were hooded and they were all around the devil's stone chair thing, stone. So, yeah. So we follow these police cars going out of Avesbury going towards Swindon, and they bugger off. We don't know where they are. So Martin takes us up this big hill, which is known as Hackben Hill, and it's on the Ridgeway. And it leads to Barbary Castle, which is an ancient hill fort, whether, Iron Age or something like that. It's quite old. But it's known for its strangeness up there. So we're sat in this car park and we're seeing things going off in the sky and all the rest of it. And it's like, oh, wow. But, satellites, ISS, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we both notice these lights coming from this coppice of woods that's just by the car park. And these balls of light about the size of a tennis ball, orange and white, coming in and out of the trees. And flying around, and then these massive beams of light that just come out of nowhere from the center of these trees and light up the entire sky. And I mean like something out of a laser show or a concert or something like that.
Yeah.
They were that bright. We have caught it on camcorder, but it really doesn't do it justice. We were using an old Sony night shot, so it was old back then in 2012. So.
Yeah.
And the external AI wasn't working for some reason. So, it just wasn't capturing what we were seeing. Now, me being foolhardy, I wanted to go up and investigate. Martin's like, no, come on, stay back. And this van turns up, this blue transit van, and it parks in the corner, and it's in sight of the coppice of trees, and this guy is just sitting there and he's smoking these cigarettes one after the other. There's all this going on like Blackpool illuminations, and he's just fixed on us. He's not even bothered about what's going on up there, which is a bit weird in itself, to be honest with you. And I foolhardily wanted to walk up this path, and there was this big ball of light, and it kind of appeared in the pathway and started traveling quite fast down the pathway. With that, I retreat. We jump in the car. Martin is trying to turn the car around, and this other van just comes speeding past, and nearly I have to jump out the way. And when I get in the car, I'm looking in the rearview mirror. ABBA's playing just to set the tone. You've got ABBA in the car playing.
I love ABBA.
Dancing Queen. I can't remember what's playing. It's on the video, but yeah, ABBA's playing in the car, and I'm looking out the side passenger rear view, and this bright light just lights up the entire sky again. And I'm going, Martin, the light, it's in the sky. I jump out of the car, I'm filming it, and I capture it. I think we captured it twice. And we just didn't know what was going on. And I was like, what the hell? And we don't know where these lights were coming from. It couldn't have been from a high beam, because high beams don't go straight up. I mean, you had halogen torches back then, but this thing was massively bright. I mean, you'd need cables, you'd need all the rest of it. The spotlights you get at concerts and stuff like that. It was like that. So we were like, okay.
Yeah.
Martin was like, we need to go now. This is getting a bit, there's a guy watching us. So there's another van that's just nearly had you over. So we leave the car park and we're chased off by this landy, whether it's military or not, I don't know. But it was tailgating us and it was flashing its high beams. It was right on our backside. Martin speeds down this hill. And he indicates right, but then just takes a hard left and goes back to Avebury. We park up outside opposite Silbury Hill. There's a bus stop there. And we're parked up there. Martin was unwell. I was just like, what the hell? I asked him in the car park what this hooded figure was. And he said that it was a guardian. And I'm like, a guardian, And he said, no, they're seen around the Wiltshire area. The military who do manoeuvres there, they're told to ignore them when they see them on manoeuvres and not go near them. And crop circle hoaxers are actually chased out of fields by these 7-foot hooded figures. So I've done a lot of research on them since, and it seems to be some sort of a phenomenon that goes on there.
Yeah.
And
He's already done
a tribute act. I have a tribute act. Yeah, I tell you what, they were good. They were lighting up the sky.
It could have been me. If he was good, it's definitely me.
Tripping the light, fantastic.
Did you see a long blonde wig under those hoods?
Oh, that's it, isn't it? You never know. You know, you got a bit of like, spangly, what do you call it, platforms, disco ball going on.
Oh, I've not got them. Sorry, it weren't me.
Maybe it is. It may be ABBA aliens. That's what it is.
That's a good theory.
We go over this place called West Overton Hill to this. I still hate that place. And we're on a vantage point, and we're looking down, and there's police, there's helicopters, there's all sorts going on. And what we're looking down on is something called the Adam and Eve stone. We didn't know this at the time. And there's this massive bright light that, again, just shoots up from the ground, goes straight up into the sky. And I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. It's enough. I just can't. It's just too much. I have no point of reference for this. With that, we hear walking again coming up the hill. And now apparently this is a known phenomena. And we hear this voice. I'm like, yeah, I'm done now. I'm done. So we get into the car. I'm smoking at the time, so I'm like frantically rolling a fag because I'm just like, I've got no reference point for this. I'm ghosts. This is just beyond what I can understand.
Yeah.
And with that, Martin slams on the brakes. I go flying forward. My hand on the dashboard, and I was like, what the hell did you do that for? And he said that this face just came towards him and went into the windscreen and disappeared, and that's why he slammed his foot on the brakes. So, yeah, that was a bit of an experience. I mean, we spoke about it a week later on the radio, and as I said, I was still in a daze. I was just like, what? Just what the hell? And ever since then, I've had regular experiences with lights in the sky. So,
that's crazy.
I'm just going to get back in a second. I'm just going to let the cat out. He's trying to get out. I'll be back in a second.
That's fine.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine, like, you hear things like that, but you never think they happen to you?
They never happen to... I see things now and again.
Yeah.
Or then I don't see it, and then we see it on film or like video or still footage, and that's it. It doesn't get
that's like horror movie level of activity.
That's what I want.
Me too.
Without the sorry, my camera keeps tilting. I don't think I've tightened it up enough. It's doing me because I've moved the desk around.
They're like, oh, you don't want to go in there. Like, people get pushed down the stairs. Like, yes, I do. Like, I
don't want to get. I'm not a sadomasochist. I don't want pushing downstairs. No, I'm good for that, but thanks anyway. This is a person that's up for being pushed downstairs by a ghost, by the way.
Don't want to be pushed downstairs by ghosts.
I want something like, like that to happen. Something that you can't deny, that nobody will believe. So crazy.
I've had, like, my pulled like that, and I've turned around thinking that somebody's at work. I used to work for M&S, and I was down in the basement.
Oh, God.
So my job was to get the stock, go across the shop. I had a headset on. I'd be talking to the lads, the operation guys downstairs.
Yeah.
And I'd be saying, like, I'd walk from one end of the shop to the other and say, and I'd have to work out what we got on this shelf, how many we're going to sell between 4 o'clock and closing time, as well as what we need on top of that. And then if we've not got any of that in stock, something else to fill it. So it's like visual display for food and all that. Anyway, we'd done all that, and then I'd gone down because there's still a few gaps. So I thought I'll go down and get some bits myself because I know what I need, I know where it is. And I'm down there, and I felt someone. It was like the twilight shift, it was called. We used to work from 4 till midnight.
Oh, God,
and this is probably about 10 o'clock. I just felt someone pulling me. So I turned around to go, yeah, what are you doing? No one there. I could not get out of that basement quick enough. I flew. That's fine, we haven't got any of that. Don't worry about it.
No, it's not going to get physical stuff like that.
But there's no one enough. I thought, did he catch it on the shelf? But I stepped back and it was 2 steps away from the shelf, so I couldn't. And I tried to recreate it, like lean against it and move back. And I did it in a few different places. Absolutely nothing. But then we've been down there as well, and there's other people, and you could hear like a woman singing like oldie, like early 1900s, like pre-war stuff. And we're thinking, is it from one of the other floors? Because there's 3 floors. Was it someone in one of the other departments with a radio on? Anyway, we went up and had a look. No one had any radios on or nothing. Everyone's just doing the work. And that was it. So, yeah, loads of weird stuff going on there.
What was there beforehand? Do you know what the building sat on? Or?
Well, it was in Milton Keynes. So it was M&S in Milton Keynes in the shopping centre. And it was farmland from what I know. But where it's built, so this is a weird thing. So it's built on Silbury Boulevard. So the roads, you've got Avebury, Silbury, Midsummer, and they're all parallel to each other. So then you've got Campbell Park at the end, and they've built a pyramid on top. So so when you're on Midsummer, you've got the main shopping centre, and then you've still got the new bit. It's about 20 years old. It ain't that big. And there's a gap between the roof. So on Midsummer's Day, if it's a clear day, you can see the sun, and it goes from one end right the way down this line, and it sets as it gets to the point of the top of this pyramid that you've built on this hill, on this mound in Campbell Park. So whether that's got some significance to what goes on down in Wiltshire, I don't know. But there just seems to be a lot of like the mystical kind of spiritual side to it.
Where you get ancient, landscapes and stuff like that. I mean, it's part of the Wessex complex, isn't it, Wiltshire?
Well,
so
but as well, sorry, in Milton Keynes there's loads of abbeys, either still there, they're being used as like converted into something else, or they've been knocked down completely. I know of about 5 that I know of in and around Milton Keynes. So
wow. It's an area high strange, as I say, with all these ancient landscapes, you often get the UFOs, the high spiritual stuff happen, and this is where the higher ups like to do their ritual stuff, because it has more of an energy to it. It's on those grid lines or meridian lines on the earth. People call them ley lines.
This is the other thing. You've got the original A5, which has got Watling Street. That runs. Where I used to live, where I had all that weird stuff going on in that house. 100 yards behind me is the A5, like Watling Street. So, and that's it. They're all built on ley lines as well, aren't they? Apparently?
Yes, they are. Yeah, it's the old original Roman road, isn't it? Because they built it around Silbury Hill. They diverted it, which for the Romans, they understood its importance. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they didn't bulldoze it.
No, so the bit in Milton Keynes, you've got the original Watling Street, but then you've got the bypass of the A5. So it comes up from like Luton, Woburn Sands that way, and it goes through straight through Tolster and all the way up to Cannock and on and on and on.
Cannock Chase, there's another one. Castle Ring.
Yes. You'll love it there.
You gotta wonder what the people in the old days knew when they were building their towns and their cities. It's like, why did you choose right there, especially the places that seem to have some mystical significance?
But they were tapping into the energy, weren't they? They were tapping into the energy, whether it was for their religious purposes. I mean, they built all these churches and stuff like that on the major ley lines, on near these points, these ancient sites that were no one knows who built them. Basically, no one knows who built Stonehenge. No one knows who built Avebury and Silbury Hill and all the rest of it. West Kennet, Long Barrow, that's a sound chamber, that's a frequency chamber. You go in there and you start, do the or you do any sound bowl work. The way it resonates, it is a frequency chamber. You can, when you're in there, you can get the infrasound from the road, from the A5, going up and down. So a lot of these places were built with a purpose, with that spiritual purpose. And I think the ancients did have that knowledge. We don't give them enough credit in our society, we think, oh, we're the high-tech ones, you know, they were primitive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, archaeology won't recognise it either because it doesn't fit their paradigm. And archaeology was originally started by the church anyway to find, you know, evidence of Christ. So, you know, that's how archaeology was originally born. So you can always tell that, you know, their worldview is going to be slightly jaded and slightly boxed in.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can tell by all these ancient things like, you know, Machu Picchu, you know, the Sphinx enclosure, all these ancient, the Great Pyramid, all these ancient structures that we can't replicate today that had like earthquake-proof technology, the way the stones were actually arranged and built. And the fact that they moved these massive monoliths and megaliths into place. And, you know, how did they do it? I mean, carved bowls out of diorite. We can't even reproduce that today to the actual precision they did over 5,000 years ago. So yeah, but we're the high-tech ones.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the idea that that ancient structures like that were used as like power plants to just gather energy from like the ether?
Definitely, most definitely. Tesla tapped into that technology as well with his Radcliffe Tower until JP Morgan decided, oh no, you know, we own the monopoly on oil, so that means free energy. We ain't getting money. So we're just going to nick all your research, and you're just going to spend the rest of your life talking to birds. But yeah, no, definitely, we have that. I mean, there's people online now, you see it, that are building these energy converters that can run off electricity and things like that, that are tapping into the Earth's magnetic and electromagnetic field. I mean, we are in a massive electromagnetic field. We have an iron core. So, you know, so why can't we tap into that for free energy? Why can't we tap into that for clean energy?
Yeah.
So they don't make money from that, do they?
No, they don't make money from that. No, of course they don't. So, yeah, I definitely think these ancient sites. And if you've been inside the Great Pyramid, there's an energy to it. There really is. You're not allowed to film inside the Great Pyramid. I had a very weird experience there.
Wow.
Sorry, 10 years ago. Back in 2015, we went on this. I went with a group of people, and we did the whole Ashwan to Cairo. So we went on the Nile along the way. Some really interesting, I mean, weird stuff just happens to me. I don't know if I attract it, ask for it, or if I'm just plain unlucky in that regard. Again,
lucky.
Lucky. I was in the Valley of the Monkeys, and I did it again, didn't I? We'd just been to see I's tomb, and I did it again. I was kind of like meditating, and I was like, okay, whatever you need to show me, whatever I need to do, then fine. Like, you know, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I need to stop doing that. I really do.
You're inviting it.
I'm inviting it. That's what you wish for. It wasn't kind of like a paranormal experience. It was weird. We went then into the Valley of the Kings, and there was this woman there, and she was monopolizing, shall we say, and we only had like about 45 minutes, and I kind of like got sick of her just going meh, 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 meh. So I kind of like wandered off and went into a tomb sort of thing by myself without the group. And one of the
I was going to do that the other night, but didn't get a chance. But anyway, sorry, carry on.
Were you wandering into the tombs, were you?
Yeah, I was gonna dig me home. Sorry.
This is a local cemetery.
And yeah, this guide trapped me in the tomb until I paid him money, basically. So and they don't.
That's where mummies come from.
It's where mummies come from.
Yes.
Anyway,
You could have been next.
It all kicked off because it was a week after that plane got shot down over the Sinai. And you had Cece was overseeing David Cameron at the time, and it was all very politically fraught. So it all got blown massively out of proportion, and I ended up with my own security detail, and I was whisked off when we went to oh god, I can't remember not Nefertiti. What was her name? She was the only. I can't remember her name. She's got a temple anyway, and it's just outside the Valley of the Kings. And you go in there, and it's where all those people got shot, sadly, years and years and years ago. I can't remember the name. Anyway, I was whisked off from there anyway by these police and the Secret Service and just all sorts, and told to give a statement while this is all going on. And because politically, what's going on over there at the minute and over in our country was a bit fraught. Hatshepsut. Thank you.
Oh, what you said. You said it how it's written. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and I ended up being taken on a private boat with the governor of Luxor and a banquet and all the rest of it for the group. And we were given private access to Nefertiti's tomb, which no one's allowed in, which, again, the hieroglyphics in there are so strange. They're pylons, they're energy converters and all the rest of it. We were given... they shut Dendera Temple down, and we were the only ones in there. And they actually showed us where the light bulb is, the carving of the light bulb, which is the hieroglyphs, which is actually underground. You have to actually go under this like trapdoor thing and go and see it. So there's all that going on. Anyway, the Great Pyramid we'd actually booked and hired out. So at the time, it cost $2,000 to hire out the Great Pyramid. I don't know what it is now, 10 years on.
Wow.
And we went all the way down to the bottom. So it is a climb down and a climb back. And we go all the way down to the bottom chamber, which is you got a small little tunnel, and you're on your hands and knees, and you're going all the way down, and it's like that. And we're down there, and we're the only ones in the Great Pyramid. It's nighttime. You've just got the 2 guards at the top of the Great Pyramid. You weren't allowed camera equipment. You weren't allowed recording equipment. They checked your phones afterwards. So I actually took my memory card out of my phone and just slipped it in my back pocket. Am I not taking video on it? Yeah. I'm a rebel.
Yeah, tomorrow you're going to have somebody knocking on your door, be like, I need that memory card.
Oh, they cut off my internet when I got back. I had to literally fight BT to get my internet back when I got back from it. It was like, okay, you're causing too much trouble. We were down in the bowels of the Great Pyramid, where you've got, again, this pit that goes even further down. And obviously they've done scans recently, and it shows, it goes all the way down, like some sort of earthing cables and stuff like that, because the Nile used to come quite close. So there is a hydrocourse under there. So that would help facilitate that creation of energy. Anyway, they're down there and they're doing the and it's all coming back, and then we're quiet. And then all of a sudden, from the back of the room, there is this chanting in this language we can't understand. Now, we're the only people down there. There's no one down there. We're way, way, way underground. I mean, I don't know how far it is underground, that chamber, Andy, if you want to Google it, the bottom chamber of the Great Pyramid.
1 second.
It's something stupid, like 100 and something feet underground. It's quite a climb there and back. But we're the only ones in there, and there's this weird chanting coming from behind us. And I do have it's on my old computer, sadly, which is given up the ghost. I need to take the hard drive off and get someone to technically minded to recover the data from it. But yeah. Where was that chanting coming from? It wasn't an echo from us, because we stopped. We were being silent. They were just quietly meditating while these voices were coming from behind us in this rocky, rough cut area of this chamber.
Wow. Was it this subterranean chamber?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Right. It's 30 to 44 meters, which is 98 to 111 feet.
Yes.
That's a lot of stairs.
It's less stairs. It's more of a slope with wooden slats on the stone and the floor, so you can climb up Lara Croft style. Very hot as well.
I'd get down there. I won't be getting back up. That'd be
It took a while.
I'd be living there forever.
We then went up into the King's Chamber, and we all had time in the sarcophagus and all the rest of it. I was lying in the middle of the floor where apparently the sarcophagus originally was, which isn't the sarcophagus, because it's not a tomb. It's not a tomb, people. It was repurposed. There is a Stele, which say that Khufu, Khafra, one of the two, they actually remodeled it. They ramped that and the Sphinx, and they've actually recorded that, and they say we didn't build these. We just revamped them for our purpose, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, because if you have them, why would you not use them?
Precisely. And inside the king's chamber, it is red granite from Ashwan, and that is a hard substance. That is on the hard substance scale up there with, like, you know, diamond and something else. It is a level 10, so it's very, very hard to carve and very, very hard to obliterate. And it looks like there's been an explosion in there. It really does. It's all like blackened out, and there's chunks missing, like, you know, an explosion has gone off in there. So what and who, there's nothing recorded in history that anyone's dynamited in there. So where that's come from is anyone's guess. But lying in the center, lying in the center of that chamber, you can feel the energy. You really can. And it is like an energy converter in there. It is full of energy. And what it would have been like back in the day when it was actually complete, and, you know, obviously the capstone's missing and all the rest of it, but when it was actually producing energy, what it was actually used for, you know, you could imagine, you know, what.
Yeah. Oh, she's gone.
They cut her internet off again.
They've cut again. I was gonna say to her, the best person to talk to about that is Stephen Myers.
Well,
they cut your energy. You later,
I was saying too much about the Great Pyramid.
The MIB will be knocking on the door in a minute.
Gonna cut my internet off again.
Yeah, but I was just saying.
Right. You're gonna have to make a call after this.
Yeah.
We got interrupted by the Minister of the Interior. Yeah. He up. Obviously, as I said, because it all kicked off while I was over there. So I had like CC ring me, and I had what's his face ring me, Hawass. And we had the Ministry of the Interior turn up, and I'm like, no, I'm getting the vibes from the Great Pyramid. I don't care about the government, dude. Fuck off.
Have you ever spoken to Stephen Myers?
No.
Talk to him. He's done excursions there, and he was saying, and it's not people. He's been on a couple of times, but they're saying about. He's talking about the Great Pyramid, and people are asking questions about other stuff. He goes, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Great Pyramid.
Yeah.
He believes that it was a power station.
Yes. Yeah.
How it's set up, and it's got all the different chambers and just everything about it. And like you said as well, the Nile's been moved. It's been diverted different times, and it wasn't always desert. It's probably grassland and pastures.
And
forests and what have you. Grassland.
Yeah. So, and obviously they don't really know how long the pyramids have been there. They don't know who built them or why they were built or anything like that. So, out of everyone I spoke to, he's probably the most knowledgeable to like proper go in depth of how it was used and why and what. So
it's like this is one of my favorite topics. It's got water damage to it that would precede a flood of water that's just not there. That was, 12,000 years ago. They think, that the water was at that point where it could cause that water erosion. So it's just like.
Well, that's what he said. That was it. Cheers, Sober. He said it was used as a water pump. Yeah. Just because how it is, but it's still, even if it's a water pump, it's still.
It's still a power station. Hydroelectric. Power station. Yeah. But so I'd recommend anyone go. I mean, I want to go back to Egypt if they allow me back in, if I'm allowed.
You're on the ban.
We'll be on some sort of watch list probably. But no, I had my own security guard and all sorts. So and me and him he was special forces, and me and him used to have some conversations. But afterwards, when I got back, I was told not to contact the governor and all the rest of it. And my internet was cut off, and Sue's internet was cut off. And it was when I tried to because it was coming up to Christmas. It was November. It was like, I need to get my Christmas shopping done and all the rest of it. And I said to BT, why have you cut my internet? Why, I paid my bill. My contract's not up. And they just said, we can't tell you. All we can say it's come from, head office. And I'm like,
wow. So the Rothschilds now on the internet. Who'd have known? Who'd have thought?
Well, the Rockefeller Foundation pretty much own most of Wiltshire. So.
Well, there you go.
I'm just peeing them all off, basically.
The teaming up.
That's like a little look what we can do.
Yeah.
You wanna stay in line because we can make your life very unpleasant.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way, I didn't do an Egypt show. I was planning to do an Egypt show, and I was going to be speaking to the guide that we had, Mad Hat, and all the rest of it, and I was just basically told,
don't do it. So is your real name Abbie Dent?
Well,
have you had to change?
Which time?
Any? All of the above.
But paranormal. I mean, as I say, that wasn't so much a paranormal experience. That was just, again, I opened myself up to something.
Yeah, but
the conversations that we were having with the governor and stuff like that was, pay your staff and they won't do this.
But it's still the hidden truth, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're still,
and I think it's all related.
But why do they not just tell us what it is? Most people will go, I don't care, to be honest with you, I'm not interested.
Because they want to
lose control. Yeah.
Yeah. Knowledge is power, isn't it?
Knowledge is power. And if we realise, how advanced we are as a species and not just 9 to 5 worker bees, that we do have these abilities in us that, everybody does. Everyone's clairvoyant or whatever. The fact that you've just proven yourself that anyone can go out and do a CE5 experiment.
Yeah.
So we all have that interconnectedness to us, to the earth, to the universe, and we've been separated from that. We have been by design, whether it's just been dumbing us down, keeping us nice and compliant with reality TV, junk food, and, spend.
Yeah.
And technology, we have been cut off from our natural environment. I think the more we get back into that and the more we investigate stuff like this, weird stuff tends to happen. I don't know what it's like for you guys, but once I got into this field and started broadcasting, it was like living in the bloody Twilight Zone, It's just like, what the fudge, man?
Yeah, it was like, new stuff was going on. It was happening, and I was getting a few bits here and there. Sometimes more than others, depending where I was.
Yeah.
But I suppose it was quite constant. There's big gaps, and I'm talking like 6, 7, 8 year gaps of nothing that I can say, oh, that was weird. Something might have happened, and I'm just, whatever. I've just not thought, oh, that's definitely paranormal. But then the more I go into this, it just feels like it's everyday stuff. It's like washing the dishes, taking the dog for a walk. Like seeing the ghost is just like walking to the shop. There's nothing. It's still fascinating. But is it or was it? You know what I mean?
It's super normal now.
Yeah, but it's like them images from Southend, the castle the other week. It's like, I've put them on there. I've looked at them. I'm not like, oh my god, it's a UFO, because I don't know what it was. Yeah, it technically is a UFO because it is unknown craft, but I'm not saying it was ET. We could have just manifested it, and then when we stop thinking about it, it's just gone into the ether. Yeah, it's just non-existent anymore. So,
but you manifested it. You put that intention out there, and whatever it was, whether it's interdimensional, it responded to that frequency. So that shows there's a connection. I mean, quantum physics, quantum entanglement, and all the rest of it. It shows that our consciousness, our intention, our frequency goes beyond the body. So, and it can help manifest all this weird high strangeness that's going on around us. And that's amazing. That is fascinating. And how anyone can't be fascinated by that is beyond me. I mean, sitting and watching Corrie every week, or doing your 9 to 5, or, football, and high strangeness.
None of the above. At all. None
but
whatsoever.
I think it's like, when you buy a car and then you start seeing that car everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like you're just more aware of it when you start doing this, where you might have just brushed it off. Like Andy, when you saw that person walking and then they disappeared.
Yeah, in Rendlesham. Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought anything of that normally. You'd been like, oh, I just didn't see where they went.
Oh, no, the woman near work.
Yeah.
So there's a water tower near where I work, and it's been converted into not a house, but someone's home. And there's a big 8-9 foot fence all the way around it, electric gate. Just before it, there's some brambles and a fence. And as you're coming up, it's just like a little country lane. and it saves having to go around the A45 and all the way around and getting stuck just like a little cut through. So I'm driving down, and this woman just there in the middle of the road, on the left-hand side, it's just fields, just farmers' fields, and it was, excuse me, is it beginning of summer? Was it last year?
It was this year, I think. This
year, so it's like end of winter, springtime, and she's just long dark hair, white t-shirt. Can't remember what colour trousers. Say black trousers. I don't know. And she didn't come out the field. She was just there in front of me. I'm like, oh. And then she walked across, but the gap where she went, I then couldn't see her.
Yeah.
She'd either gone through the fence or she'd climbed through bramble. And I go past this quite often.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, you can't really stop because it's quite narrow, so you'd be blocking the road because I'm in the works van. So if there's nothing behind me, I'll drive as slow as I can, and I'll have proper having a look. And he's like, there is a bit of a gap, but you would have to climb up onto the fence and climb through all these brambles.
Yeah.
To get through. Even in winter, they're still there, all the branches and that, and the twigs are still there, just no leaves on it. So you couldn't physically, you could get through, but you get ripped to pieces.
Yeah. And you make a hell of a lot of noise doing it and fall over and
Yeah, you'd see. So she'd gone across in front of me, and then when I looked in the mirror, there's no one there. She would have been walking up the side or climbing over this fence, either the big 8-9 foot one or through the brambles. No sign of her.
But if you didn't do this, you probably wouldn't have thought anything of it. You would have just kept driving and been like, okay.
I just thought someone crossing the road. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had an experience like that. Oh God. I was going to go and see a Robbie Williams concert, and I was driving to Ipplepen, where my partner at the time it still does have a mechanics garage out there.
Yeah.
And I was a carer at the time. I was doing like care in the community. I was like, that was my job, going around to people's houses, looking after them, keeping them independent, that sort of thing. And Malden is known to be a bit haunted anyway. It's like a little village in like the middle of nowhere.
Isn't that where the Owl Man is?
Malden, out Cornish Owlman, but he comes into Devon as well. Yeah, they have got the Owlman legend up there, which is kind of like Mothman as well. It's like he looks kind of the same. Is it the same thing?
It might be.
And I'm driving down, and there's this old guy, and he's as solid as anyone. He's wearing, I mean, the only way I can describe him is like a Victorian vagrant of Compo from Last of the Summer Wife. So he's got these like brown trousers on with string tied up. He's got this like, you know, waistcoat, like tatty weight, and a jacket and a shirt sort of thing. And he's got a yellow beard, like, you know, from like nicotine and that. And he's about 80 odd, and he's running down the road. And I'm thinking, okay, an 8-year-old running down the road, looking quite dishevelled. Is everything okay? Is there an emergency? Has his wife had a heart attack? Has someone fallen? Do you know what I mean? Things go through your mind. So I pulled over into this like farm driveway, and I stopped, and like electric windows, wound it down. And he stopped, and I said, like, you know, is everything okay? Do you need help? Do you need a lift somewhere? And in a broad Devonshire accent, he's kind of like, I'm all right, mate, sort of thing. Couldn't really understand what he was saying because it was so broad. It was, you know, like off the Fast Show. Really, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. So I was like, you know, he was outside my window. So it's about as close as this computer screen is to you, to me now. Like, you know, and so, okay, so I look down to turn back on my ignition, and I look up, and he's just gone. And all the way across the lane until you turn around a corner, which is like about 10, 20 yards ahead, is all 6 foot high hedges. No gaps to go anywhere, no nothing. But I literally just put my head down for a second and looked up, and this guy had gone. He just disappeared. Now, if I hadn't have done that, if I had gone down like longer or whatever, you just wouldn't think anything of it. But it was just that split second. But I swear to God, I was speaking to a slightly odd-looking elderly gentleman who was dishevelled. But, you know, you're in rural Devon, so you kind of think, okay, you know, I'm not judging. But, completely disappeared. But I swear to God, I was speaking to a person.
Yeah.
Madness.
Totally get that.
But that's the kind of like, if you were not in this field, if you did not do what you do, like, you just like, all right, that's weird, and move on. But now, like, that you do this, it kind of changes how you look at everything.
It does, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, how many spirits have you seen that you don't even realize they're actually spirits?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That they're solid, you know, as you and I, and you know, as tangible as you and I. I mean, most people think like ghosts as like some sort of wispy, chain rattling, woo. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, you'll see a shadow, or you'll see like a mist, or something like that, or it will be a full-bodied apparition where, you know, it looks like an actual physical living person. It's not until they do something like strange, like disappear in front of you, that you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Or like all those horror stories that are like, oh, I was talking to this janitor, and they're like, oh, we don't have a janitor here. Like, okay.
Yeah, they're the best. They're the best ones. They're the ones I love.
But if you didn't talk to anybody about it, you would just think it was a normal occurrence. You wouldn't know that it was like a ghost or whatever.
Yeah. I love that. And you find a lot of things happen a lot during the day as well. I know we investigate over night time because, one, it's quieter. 2, our senses are more heightened because we're doing it in the dark, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you find a lot of things happen during the day when a place is open, and that energy is there from people. You know, they're drawing on that energy. The building's being used for whatever reason. And you find that that's when most occurrences happen, not in the dead of night. It's just that we like the spooky factor and it's quiet.
Yeah, it's the ambience of it, isn't it?
It is the ambience of it.
Because when were people like living their lives during the day? They weren't, walking around their halls at 3 a.m. usually. They were, coming in at like 4 o'clock from work or whatever every day.
Exactly that. So
I find as well, it's the hours of twilight and dawn that seem to be the most active as well. I mean, I don't investigate all night anymore. I'm getting too old for that, But the times when I was younger and you used to go like, investigate all night, it was between the hours of like 12 and dawn, or 3 and dawn. It just used to be dead. It just absolutely used to be dead. As soon as you get into that transition time, that's when the activity started ramping up again. I get this place called Pengersic Castle down in Cornwall at Prior Sands. I worked there for years on the ghost nights for the Haunted Cornwall Free in Addercote, because I was a member of the Paranormal Research Organisation at the time. And the stuff that we used to get there, and I remember these couple of occasions. Again, I was a customer at that point, not like helping working out there. And I think it was the first time that I went, and it was again me, my mum, and my ex-partner. He was asleep in the car because he had to drive us back to Devon. Everybody else had gone; they'd given up. It was starting to become daybreak, and it was me, my mum, and Will, and we were in the solar room of the castle. And it's only a tower if anyone's been to Pengersic Castle. And there's some woods, and it goes back to the, Iron Age, Bronze Age, and all that. There's a plague pit, and there's Beaky, which is a plague doctor that they affectionately call Beaky, who is a bit territorial, and he likes to jump out to you as a big black shadow and just go woof, woof, and just literally scare the shit out of you. You just hear these random people in the woods go, ah! And it's like, oh, he jumped out at him again. We know what's happened.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're sitting in the solar room, and there's all these swords and like, suits of armor and like lances and all the rest of it. And Will, I mean, I'm not a fan of antagonizing, but he's having a little bit of antagonization. And he's talking to Agrina and John Pengersic, and also the alchemist. No, it's escaped me, but it'll come back to me halfway through, and I'll just shout out the name because that's how it works. And we're the only ones in there. And I'm like sitting there thinking, please don't antagonize, because we're going to get shish kebabbed in a minute. I'm still quite new to the field at this point. And with that, we hear the door to the tower open, and there's these spiral staircases that go up the tower, and the rooms like go off it. And we hear the dun, 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 of someone going up the stone staircase, and they stop outside the solar room. I'm looking at my mum. My mum's looking at me. I'm looking at Will, going, do we answer the door? Do we go? Do we do? What do we do? And then all of a sudden it carries on. Do, 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 and it goes above us to the bedroom, and it was known at the time as one of the most haunted bedrooms in the UK. I mean, you've got the bed comes with its own ghosts, so it's got like a nurse, it's got a woman who died during childbirth. There's a child up there, a little boy, Edward. There's apparently meant to be these demon dog eyes that came from the fireplace. There wasn't. Someone said it in a story, and it kind of stuck, sort of thing. That alchemist is going to do my head in until I find out who he is. And it sounded like someone was moving furniture around up there, you know, and it was just like, what the hell? So Will radios Ian and goes, "Oh, are you upstairs, mate? Have you gone in the castle to straighten things up, sort of thing, like, you know, put things back to right?" And he radios back. He says, "No, I'm in the resource centre," which was like a barn off of one of the outbuildings where it was the base room, and he was packing away all the chairs from the night. And he was like, "Nah, mate, you're upstairs. Don't, you know, you don't be daft." So he actually got Ian to come out of the resource centre and stand outside the castle and wave. And we walked to the window and we saw him do that. So we knew he wasn't in the castle.
Was it Aleister Crowley?
No, it wasn't Aleister Crowley.
Oh,
I'm going to have to Google it, but I'm scared of getting kicked off again.
It's all right.
Sorry, that just popped into my head, so I wasn't.
Oh,
We've got 1 minute left, by the way.
All right.
Oh no! There's plenty of other stories.
So, like, where can people find you? Where can people follow you?
You can find us on Haunted Devon, so www.haunted-devon.co.uk. You've got reports on there and all the rest of it. You can find me at soundart.org, Lifting the Veil, also on Mixcloud at Ghost Finder General, and also on Instagram on Lifting the Veil podcast, which will be launching on all major podcast forms come Halloween. But for the moment, you can find my back catalogue and everything on Mixcloud at Ghost Finder General. And pop along to the Haunted Devon site, read the reports. They're all interactive. Sally works incredibly hard on them. All the reports that you see are venues that are open to the public. A lot of the ones that we do have to do non-disclosure for and NDAs, they're on the members section. So they're really good. But I'm afraid, unless you're a member of Haunted Devon,
you're not getting it. Fair enough.
But
Just make everyone John. See what they did to you in the pyramid.
Yeah, call them back.
They wouldn't let you out until you paid.
No, that's it. Yeah. You pay, or you're not coming out the tomb. You're going to be an addition to it instead.
Yeah. Just do that. Do that with the Haunted Devon. You'll be fine.
Then we can go there and investigate you.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come and investigate. Nicole, when you're coming over from America, Andy, whenever you're down or I'm up your way, definitely get investigating.
And I'll need to get Nicole over here. And Sean, her husband, keeps saying he needs to come over for the cider as well. So, and what better place to go?
The spirits of a different kind.
Yes. So thank you so much for coming on.
It's been amazing. Thank you.
We have already spoken about you coming back on soon, so we're going to sort that out, but it's going to be a different concept. We will talk about that in the next few weeks. We're just going to do it. My headphones are going off, aren't they?
John D. No, it wasn't John D. I will post it to Andy, and he'll let you know when. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat when you send it. I'll just copy and paste. Do it the lazy
You're
way.
just going to put it randomly in the group chat with no context and everything.
No,
it was John something.
I'll add it to this. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So I'll add it in the description of this. So it's all good. So just quickly before we do go, as of January next year, we are doing a different format on Wednesdays. You will find out nearer the time. That's all I'm going to say. See, I can do it. And
nobody talk, and he'll give the rest of it away.
If you haven't watched it already, I'll listen to it. Do watch Liam Holmes' The Spooky Shed, his 100th episode, where it's myself, Tommy, Liam, and Michelle, and we do a quiz. It has got to be one of the funniest podcasts ever. It broke at the seams and everything, and it went ridiculous. And we all realise that we are Oh, really stupid.
I think the answer to the short was John Wayne Gacy, wasn't it?
Probably. The clown guy. I'd never.
One of them.
Still don't know who he is, but yeah.
He was the was he the clown dude?
Yeah, the guy who used to dress up as a clown and kill people. Yeah. Apparently, don't know. But according to Tommy, Friday the 13th, Halloween this year is on Friday the 13th.
Is that meme still going around?
Yes, it was. You've got to watch. You've got to just watch the Spooky Shed 100th episode. So it's myself, Michelle Liddell, Tommy Cullen, and Liam Holmes who hosts it, and it is unbelievable. It really, really is. But I'm going to give a little bit away. There are other things coming up that myself, Tommy, and Nicole are going to be doing in the next few weeks. So
another takeover.
Yes, that's going to be so good.
Yes.
So
it is good.
So when are we back?
Note, we are back on next Wednesday with Ian Wills of Southern something Paranormal. Cool. You know Ian, we met him at the conference. I can't think of the name of it.
Yes.
His wife Sandra. Is it Sandra?
Yes, that's right,
yeah. So they're going to be coming on talking about him going out investigating equipment that he uses and all that kind of stuff.
He's had some brilliant shadow people experiences as well. He's very kind to email in his experience when I had Heidi on.
Yes, so he's on week after Tony Banham, the part of the Cryptid Conference, the guy that was working with Daniel. Then from the 8th of October, it's going to be the American people, starting with Greg O'Brien.
Oh,
and then, yes. So Darren's just put 13th, you mean the 31st, surely? No. Tommy was convinced that Halloween this year was on Friday the 13th.
Because of that meme going around, I'm sure.
It was. I mean, my great nan, she was born on Friday the 13th, and I swear to God, she was the luckiest person around. She won the pools so many times. If the lottery was around in her day, she'd have won it 10 times over. So it's not always bad luck.
But do also watch out on this channel for extra special content coming up to Halloween. Yeah.
Okay, don't let Andy talk anymore before he gives it.
The gong has got everything to do with it. So
all right, we got a gong, Andy.
We're gonna go. We've got
to gong me out. You've got to gong me out.
Gong.
1 second.
Hit it.
So, I've closed it all. There we go. Next Wednesday with Ian Wills and possibly his wife Sandra. And that is it. So we're going to finish now. And if you guys can hang on for 2 minutes after we've done this, is that okay?
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone watching on TikTok, everyone listening back on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Audible. And you're going to get all that in a minute anyway. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
If you would like to help to support the channel, you can do this by joining the YouTube membership or Patreon, which both have a number of different tiers, or you can donate via PayPal. Links are in the channel description. This episode will also be available as audio wherever you listen to your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, etc., as well as being available on Audible. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.